Hello, I'm Bishop Garland Hunt, and this is the Power of Hope devotional. Hey, welcome back. I'm excited about what I'm talking to you about. It's just so very vital right now. I'm totally moved right now in my heart because our nation is at a very peculiar place. We've never seen anything like it before. That's what moved me to write this book. And I know I'm just unashamedly talking about Christ in America, a Christian response, because I really believe that it's transformational. I think that you definitely need to read it. I think you definitely need to absorb it, not just to buy it, but to read it. And then someone, actually one of my endorsers, I don't mind saying Rick Joyner, he told me, he said, hey, I don't even read books twice. He said, but I'm reading this book twice. He really did. He was one of my first endorsers. You know Rick Joyner? Yeah, he's one of my first endorsers. But I have several people. The Ralph Reed is endorsed it. Alveda King endorsed it. Kim Barron, who's the executive vice president of Billy Graham Association. John Stonestreet, the president of the Colson Center, endorsed it. I mean, God's just been, Les Walnow actually also endorsed the book. So I have people that really have great respect. Bob Weiner endorsed. And so different ones have endorsed the book. But I tell you what, most of them that have read the book have always come back to me and say, Garland, this is a great book. This is a great book. So I even had a friend of mine that just wrote me a letter. And I heard from him in years. And he said, while I heard about your book, I literally ordered it, and I could not go to sleep. I had to read it in one night. He said, I read it one night. He said, great job. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, this book, I believe, is transformational in the context of what it can do with your prayer life, what it can do with your foresight, what it can do with your prophetic insight, what it can do related to the black community, the white community, racial reconciliation and healing, all of those things. I tell you what, you need to have this book. So let me just talk to you about what I'm moved about now. I'm talking to you about this whole idea of being a watchman. And it's very, very important that we take that responsibility as a church. We need to warn our nation that we're in trouble. And I told you a little bit the last time about the Equality Act. I want to talk about it again. This thing could devastate our nation, devastate us before God, devastate the church. Do you realize that right now this Equality Act is passed, which at the point that I made this, did this devotional, it was proposed there in Congress, but it's going over to try to get support at the Senate. But let me just say this: if this thing passes, now we're talking about nationally codifying laws that are sexual orientation, gender identification laws that basically legalize anyone, no matter whether they've been having an operation or not, whether they've had a dose of estrogen or not. They can just simply say they feel like they are transsexual or transgender, or they're going from one gender to the next because they choose it to do so. No one can say they have to have breasts. No one can say that they have to have any high voice. No one can say they're going to wear a wig or a dress. No, they don't even have to pretend. They just have to say that they feel like they're a girl, and they can compete in women's sports. You know, I saw this study, and I trust that it's correct. So I will put a little caveat there. I need to research it. But listen to this. My understanding is that there are 300 boys in high school, 300 boys in high school that have a faster time of running. I guess it might be that 100-meter than the world's fastest young lady. Now, this is the world fastest Olympic runners. That there are 300 that they're clear on that have faster running than in high school. Biologically, we're different. God made us different. God made us bigger. God made us stronger, and should be. A man should be a man, not a woman. And this is, you can't, how are you going to compete against a woman because you want to maximize the sport? You're going to take away from a woman's right to be able to get scholarships and get opportunities to go to college and to compete in women's sport. What eventually is going to get in the Olympics? Where is it going to stop? Where is it going to stop? The men in the women's bathrooms, kids in the men's bathroom exposing themselves in a women's bathroom, and no one can put them out because they say they're feeling female? You're going to tell me that there aren't going to be women, that young ladies, that are going to be approached and attacked in a female bathroom, and they say, well, there's a man in the bathroom. Oh, well, come on out. Then we'll just have to wait till he comes out. They can't put him out. Let me just tell you right now, this thing is going to come over to the church also. Well, you say, well, I don't want somebody that's a transgender to teach my children if I have a school. Or I don't want somebody that's a transgender to run my daycare. Or even a funeral home. If I have a Christian funeral home, I don't want a transgender person to be the first person they see, and it's a Christian funeral home. Let me just say this to you. We're in an incredible time right now, and God is not happy. He's not pleased with what he sees. Therefore, there's judgment ahead. There's literally judgment ahead. There's going to be some problems, and I'm telling you right, we have a responsibility to warn. The scripture says in Isaiah 62, 6-7, but I have a bunch of scriptures here in this book too. By the way, you can get it on Barnes & Noble. You can get this book here on Amazon. Of course, it's called Crisis. Getting all mixed up. As a Crisis in America, a Christian Response. I'm going to just get this like it is. I am not going to even re-record this. I want you to hear my heart. You got to hear my heart. And then also crisisinamerica.us. Don't play around. You have to have this book. Oh, you know what? My time is gone already. It's so much of what I want to tell you. I told you a lot about the book. Come on, my next devotional will be just a couple of days from now. Don't miss it. Don't miss any of my devotionals. This is Bishop Garland Hunt. This is the Power of Hope devotional. I'll talk to you next time.